share some formatting tips and tricks with you, including custom page numbering. So one thing that you need to know is that we have different page numbering for the initial few pages up to the summary section as compared to the rest of the document. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to insert, and we can insert page numbers at the bottom of the page like this one. So first we change this numbering format. We select it, we format the page numbers, and we select the Roman numerals format. Click OK. So now you see that all the pages, if I page down, 1, 2, page number 3, page number 4, up to the end of the document are in Roman numerals. But actually the goal is to number the pages up to the summary part in Roman numerals, and the rest of the document starting from introduction in decimal numbers. So here it's slightly tricky, so please focus. So what we need to do is, so if I click on the footer, we see footer and header over here. Now the entire document is just one section, and what I need to do is I click on this page, on the summary page, and then go to layout, click on breaks, and go to section breaks and click on insert a section break and start the new section on the next page. Click on this option. Okay, so now if you click on the footer, we see that here it's the footer of section 1, and this one is the header of section 2. So if you can see over here, header of section 1, footer of section 1, so including summary, and before that we have section 1, and introduction onwards now we have section 2. So then what we need to do is click on the footer or on the header. In this case I'm clicking on the header of section 2 starting from the introduction page. Then click on this option, uncheck this option, link to previous. So I delinked it from the previous section. Then I go to the footer of section 2 of any page on section 2, select it, and then right click on it, format page numbers, click on 1, 2, 3, and we check start at 1. Okay, so now let us see what we have done so far. Let me zoom it out slightly. Zoom it in. So now starting from introduction, we have page number 1, 2, 3, 4, going towards the end of the document. This is page number 12, and if we start from the first page, we are starting with 1 in Roman numerals, then 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and page number 9 for the summary page. And then we are starting in decimal numbers from introduction onwards. But I told you earlier that generally we would not like to have the page numbers on the first 2 pages, which is the title page and the approval page. So once again, for this, what we are gonna do is we click over here at the end of the second page, we go to layout, go to breaks, click on this option, insert a section break, and start the new section on the next page. So once again, now we are like introducing different sections. Click on the footer of the second page. So now page 1 and 2, they make section 1, and then from page 3 onwards up to the introduction part, we have section 2. And from the introduction part onwards, we have section 3. But still, we need to do a couple of more steps so that we disable the page numbers from page number 1 and 2. So click on the header of section 2 and then uncheck this option, which is linked to previous. So we disable this option. Okay. Now we go to the footer of the second page and we delete or backspace the page number from the second page. So now, starting from the first page, now you see we don't have a page number on the first page. Similarly, we don't have a page number on the second page. In fact, something crazy happened, so let me disable this option. We Control Z and click on the header of the third page once again. Okay, link to previous. No, we don't want to link this header to section number 2. And this is page number 3, same as previous. We already removed the link of section 2 from the previous section. So I deleted it from that page. We go to the next page. For some reason it was still linked to the previous one. So I press Ctrl+Z once again. And let me check the rest of the sections. This section number 2. And this is, oh, okay, so I know what the mistake was. So what we need to do is, this section number 2, I just want to make sure that I have not returned to the previous state where I had 2 sections. I want to make sure that I have 3 sections. Section 3, section 2, and section number 1. So, okay, so actually we are making changes in the footer of the document. So, in order to disappear the page numbers from page number 1 and 2, and to make sure that we have them from page number 3 to the summary page, what we need to do is we need to go to the footer of the third page. Okay, click on the footer and then uncheck link to previous. I was making the changes, but I was making the changes in the header of the document and not in the footer. But we got to unlink this in the footer section so that when we delete the page numbers in the footer over here, it does not delete the page numbers in the footer of the rest of the pages. So now, and let us save the changes. So now you see that we don't have a page number on page number 1, and we don't have a page number on page number 2, but we do have page numbers on page number 3 onwards in Roman numerals up to the summary section, as you can see. And then we have page numbers in a decimal format from the introduction chapter onwards.